Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of October 24th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Sagittarius. Now I'm using the Tarot Muka, the After Tarot, and the Prism Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up here and in view. Do make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you want to get regular content from me. All right, let's see what we have here. All right. Go and put this right here, and then we'll also take a couple of these oracle cards as well. I think we're also going to take that one. All right, and I think we're just about looking good enough to me. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords, you know, this can indicate that some of you here at this time are maybe going through some type of anxiety or maybe even depression. I always like to say that, first and foremost, I'm not a medical professional. You know, I can't diagnose. I'm just talking about the cards. This is, for me, like the mental health card, okay? And so for some of you here, there's something that you're maybe in your mind about. I do have to say, you know, you do have, let's see here. You have an interesting reading. This is a big reading. We have very strong cards here with, yeah, we have very strong cards with the Fool, the Death card, the World, the Devil. These are big energies, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana, which means that that is the majority of the 9 cards here. And so some of you are dealing with like a monumental change, okay? You're dealing with a monumental change here. You're going through a monumental change. And part of, I think, what goes along with that is some healthy or normal stress. There are multiple types of stress. Eustress is stress that is healthy. And in other words, you know, when we decide to better ourselves in some ways, let's say that we decide to go ahead and go for that, you know, higher paying job that comes with more responsibilities. That's a good thing, right? It's good that we're doing that. But it does come along with some normal eustress. And so if anything, I think that's what's going on. I think that you're going through some monumental changes here in your life. Could be job connected, but it could also be in other areas of life here. For very many of you, this could be connected to career in some respects. Let's just go ahead and dive in. So in the overall situation, you do have the Page of Wands here. Page of Wands is really about offers, opportunities. Pages are kind of invitations from the universe or messengers from the universe. And the Page of Wands in particular is a big one that's associated with job offers or job opportunities when you get that card, okay? And for you, I feel like what's going on here is I do actually think that there is a storyline here where some of you are seeing what's out there in your career. And whether you're self-employed or you work for somebody, which some of you do because you have this Hierophant card. I think many of you do. But some of you, it doesn't matter, whatever you do for your career. Some of you, I think, are seeing what's out there. That's kind of the message that's coming into my mind here. You know, you're maybe, you know, firing off some applications, you're dusting off that resume. If you're self-employed, you're maybe thinking about a new element or a new sort of direction to go, or, you know, incorporating something different or something new into your career. These sorts of things I think are coming in for you at this time. I do want to say, you probably already know because of the thumbnail, but you know, this is the week that we're looking at, this week that has the solar eclipse, okay? And so the energies this week are high. These are high energies, right? There's lots of activity going on astrologically. And the thing about eclipses is they bring about broad changes into our life. Well, okay, they're correlated. I should say astrology is not causation, it's correlation. So eclipses are correlated with big changes. all right? So these are changes that, might determine the next 6 to 12 months in our life, versus something like just a traditional moon cycle is maybe a little bit different, right? Now, in the past, you have the Three of Cups, you have the World card, and you also have the Nine of Wands here. So the Three of Cups connects to your social circle, or the people that you spend time with, the people that you engage with on a daily basis. This can also just simply refer to other people in your life, right? Like groups of people, people outside of you, people around you. It's also a card of celebration, enjoyment, kind of letting your hair down, whatever it is that you like to do, going out with your mates or your friends or whatever, that sort of thing, right? When you get the Three of Cups. And you love to see it here because this is not paired with anything. I mean, you do have the Devil, but look, the Three of Cups, when it's surrounded by positive cards, which it is really an energy that you love to have, because it can be a time of celebration and enjoyment, truly, in one's life. And so, in the past year, there has been something for you maybe connected to friendships. Like I'm getting 11th house vibes. If you're really into astrology, like the 11th house here is really coming into my mind. And also, also the 12th house, 3 plus 9 plus 21, flip 21 around, the world's 21. 11th and 12th house. 12th house is more about hidden things. 11th house is like the collective, maybe your friends. Anyway, those kind of upper end houses here are coming into my mind. You may want to just research what those mean for you. There could be a message for some of you there. But there's been like understandings connected to relationships here. The World card is a completion. It's the end of a cycle, or it's closing out a cycle. It is a card of victory as well, though, okay? And it says that you've kind of taken a long march towards down a road, and you've gotten to the end of the road. You've completed the journey. When you get the World card, it's Saturn energy. It is certainty as well, being certain that something is completely done. And then you have this Nine of Wands here, which is a card that can indicate a couple of things, a lot of things. So like the best way that I like to look at the Nine of Wands is it says, do not give up, because essentially it's the last card before you complete the journey of the Wands. And you definitely are completing something here pretty heavily. I do think that this has required you to sort of stick to something. Again, this could be connected to other people, groups, maybe social media in some ways, and friendships, all those sorts of things. In the current situation, you have the Fool, you have the Page of Wands, and you also have the Death card. So the Death card is Scorpio, right? We do have this solar eclipse, new moon, Scorpio energy here. And so not surprised for me to see this card come in with the Death card. And, really what the Death card does is it brings about transformations and widespread changes. You can see can you see it here? The Hierophant in the background, right? You see the Hierophant in the background of this Death card. Well, here's the Hierophant. And to me, when you get something like a combination of the Death card and certainly the combination of the Devil and the Hierophant, this is an energy of being a nonconformist. This is an energy of you doing something that I think is different than what everybody else does, obviously, and, taking a different route in life. But it's something that you feel that you should do. The Death card doesn't have to be scary. Change. The thing about the Death card that's scary is that change is scary. Fundamentally, change is scary, right? Going back to the initial example here, which is like, okay, I'm going to apply for a job that comes with more money, but also comes with more responsibility. It's scary to leave what is comfortable for you, right? But ultimately, that gives you an opportunity to improve. You're standing, you're showing up for yourself, all of those sorts of things, right? And, I'm getting that type of vibe here. I definitely don't think that this is bad. I think that subconsciously, there's this low rose is subconscious, what's hidden or what you don't see coming. It's also the way that you talk to yourself. I'd pay attention to your dreams at this time. It's interesting that the challenges in this reading are all in the lower row. Nine of Wands, the Death card, and the Devil. These are all, you could say, maybe challenges here. And it's interesting that they're in the subconscious. So, you know, what's going on below the surface for you is my question at this time, Sagittarius. Here's the thing. You have the Fool card. You have the World in the background, or in the background, in the past, whatever you want to call it. And the Fool card in the current situation, in the present. So after the World, it resets. The major arcana resets. So the next card would be the Fool. It would start from 0. Once you get to the World, you start from 0 and you start a new journey. The Fool represents starting a new journey in your life. But it's a powerful new journey, right? It's knowing that you're going somewhere, but not knowing where you're going yet. And with the Page of Wands, this could be connected to an invitation from the universe, could be connected to an invitation from, you know, career related or job related or anything like that. Now, in the future, you have the Hierophant, you have the Four of Pentacles, and you also have the Devil card. So traditionally, I do look at the Hierophant and the Devil as somebody who's not conforming, somebody who is a non-conformist. And so some of you, like, I can relate to this as a Sag rising. I don't know if you can relate to this, but like for some people, like working in an office, it just doesn't work. You know, for me, it doesn't work personally. And that's just an example, right? But the normal, what most people do is they go to a job, they work in an office, you know, so forth and so on. Some of you could be doing something like this, okay? Like, but on the other end of that, by the way, there are some people who love to work in the office and who love to go to a 9 to 5. And so for some of you, there is like this offer connected to work, career, business. It just depends. I'm not sure who I'm talking to. Some of you, I think I am talking to people who like to like work for an organization, because the Hierophant does refer to your organizations, okay? Like the place that you go to, your 9 to 5, potentially. It can refer to marriage as well. But what's interesting here, and then I think some of you are like, wait, no, that's not me. I also think that some of you are like, wait, no, that's not me. Like, I'm not somebody who goes in to the office. Like, that's not what I do. And the reason I say that is because the Devil's influence here, plus like this big transformation that feels like is happening for you. You have this Four of Pentacles, which is about hesitancy, or just, I mean, a couple different ways that you can look at the Four of Pentacles. Being hesitant, which does not jive well with the Devil and the Hierophant combination, or it could be about somebody who's really kind of planning, preparing, financially getting ready for something. Let's go ahead and let's start to get some more specifics here. Let's get some details. All right. Yeah, so, okay. You have growth, comfort, anger, and frustration. I mean, can you even make this up? What I've been talking about this whole time, Sagittarius. Growth and comfort. Yeah, those two things, they don't go well together. Okay, growth is not comfortable, but it's important. And I think some of you are like, all right, I'm getting out of my comfort zone here. I think this is the key combination. It is possible that somebody is frustrating you. Okay, the Nine of Wands is a card that can indicate frustration in the tarot. But I also think it could be because Three of Cups could be a person. But I also think this could be something about work. Like, just like, okay, I don't want to go in and be the 9 to 5 person. That could also just be frustrating to you as well. So those sorts of things are coming in at this time. Let's go ahead and let's start to clarify the situation even more. Now, if you are enjoying this video so far, hit that like button and subscribe. I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. So you have the Four of Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and you have the Temperance card. All right. So, wow. I really like what happened here, what's been going on here in the past for you. You know, the Temperance card is Sagittarius. It's the Sagittarius card. It's a major energy of healing, of balance. It's probably the biggest card, or what I should say is the most important part from my perspective with the Temperance card is to balance something out in your life. And with the Nine of Wands, the anger and the frustration, there's something here that's maybe been brewing under the surface that you need to work through. And I'm not telling you that. I'm saying that some of you recognize that you need to work through it. Is what I think. Some of you recognize that you need to work through it. There's something here under the surface that you need to balance out or smooth out or edge out in some ways here. You have the Ten of Pentacles and the World. Wow. I mean, both cards indicate completion. The Abundance card is a major energy of, the Ten of Pentacles card is a major energy of abundance. It's one of the most abundant cards in the tarot, especially with the World, completions. Some of you may have received an inheritance in the past. I don't think that's for everybody, but I think that some of you have here. And I think you're using it to better yourself in some ways, maybe even start a business. You do have this Four of Swords with the Three of Cups. Four of Swords is rest and recovery. Let's go ahead and see what else is coming in here. I'm not really sure what's happening there. Interesting, you have the Five of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords, and you have the Page of Pentacles. All right, so there's clearly been some type of invitation, offer, message that has come in here for you. With the Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. And this has been something that you recognize is going to be a transition in your life, or this you might even just feel divinely inspired. Like this might be an invitation from the universe. You recognize that this is sort of like a rite of passage for you. Like you're going to a new place, or even just, I'm talking like maybe not physically, I'm talking like maybe just like in your career path, like you're maybe going to a new place. This feels like, wow, like I'm shifting directions, I'm transitioning, I'm going somewhere new. And the thing about the Six of Swords is it's this idea of being guided. With the Fool is guided, right? The Fool, I mean, they're taking the first step, but they have no idea where they're going. So with the Five of Pentacles, don't be afraid to take the first step. With the Fool and the Five of Pentacles, do not hold back, don't resist, right? This is time for you to really be guided and go for it. You have the Five of Swords, you have the Death card again, wow, and you have the Six of Pentacles. What I will say is make sure that you are providing value in whatever it is that you do, okay? And what I mean by that, the Six of Pentacles and the Devil card, okay? It's like, it doesn't mean that this new, like you might feel excited about this new transition, but it also means that you have to continue providing value to the world in some ways, okay? Whether that means you're going self-employed or you're taking on a new role somewhere, you have to continue providing value, okay? And I think that is going to be a very important situation here for some of you. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Death card. It's time to stop being hesitant because you can't swim. It's like this idea of like you can't swim upstream here, okay? Some of you are really just not doing the traditional route. And I think this probably for many of you involves like a connection to what work looks like for you. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Cups. It's like, for you, you'll be very happy in this new transition that you're making or this new direction that you're making. So I would say trust and let yourself be guided. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you in the next reading.